Hello people of the web, and welcome back to another episode from the Vanilla High server. Now this is going to be a bit of a rushed intro, as today we're killing withers. Now on Vanilla High we have practically no rules in the end, and someone decided to spawn a load of withers. Now I've just killed one before withering away. Luckily I picked up the wither star, and now I need to restock on my stuff and head back there and try to kill another one. Although before I go, I might as well just repair my armour. So if I put one cobble in there, if it smelts, then I can grab the smooth stone out and that should repair all my armour. While I would have enjoyed having more, I did get 3, so I can't complain. In fact, I'm quite chuffed with 3. Still plenty of lighting glitches, and some of them look rather interesting. There, that's better. At least until the next restart. Hello, it's I, Zach, coming from the future. I just started doing some editing to put my video together, and I realised I had a missing clip, which was me showing this place, not quite as finished off as it is now, but explaining that we needed to put 2 new beacons in the area, which are just behind that portal. Now, hopefully, the next clip will make sense. As it turns out, the bottom of the wall is where that stone brick is, and so we weren't far above bedrock anyway. Now it needs to be 4 out from these spots. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I've dug out my room for iron, and I've discovered some diamonds, which I can now cover up. Who needs diamonds anyway? 1, 2. And now we get blinded. So we want this one as... Oh, I forgot we got different textures. Strength. Strength 2. Then... resistance. Or do we have... Should I have done 3 beacons? We'll do regen... resistance 2. Now I just need to get out of here. Ooh, that actually worked. I was not expecting that. Now before we head off to the main project I want to do in this episode, I have a small bit of housekeeping to do. Because Hushbug is using quite a lot of prismarine and the Guardian farm is turned off, we reached out to a couple friends who have Guardian farms, and both Kokobi and Peter the Brewer offered us shards, which is very kind, and thank you very much. And not saying that Kokobi should be doing the same thing, but Peter left a shulker for us, which Hushbug's picked up. It had something special in it. Right, I'm going to find it now, so I can show you it. I have a funny feeling that it's going to be at the Guardian farm. You know that place that I was just at, and I left so that I could show you the shulker. Oh. It's not here either. I found her. And she has the shulker on her. Ahem. Right, now I can show you what I wanted to show you. Included in here is not just prismarine brick and prismarine, but a map. Now, this is a map art that Peter did, and it looks quite incredible. You may remember a couple of episodes ago I was working on this room here with the paper silo and the villagers. Now, this certainly isn't finished, so what I want to do is make a few alterations that improve it. First of which is clean this wall and then I have plans for this side of the room. But I'll clean the wall up first. Look at me being all clever and using the new blocks. This is much easier. I like scaffolding. And the wonderful thing is that now I've finished working on the ceiling, at least for now, easy cleanup. Oh, I must remember the villagers probably have reset by now. So I should go over here and do some training occasionally. Yep. Emeralds, please. The room on this side of the stairwell can be as big as I want because there's nothing in that direction. However, on this side I'm a little bit limited because of where the floor is. I don't really want to replace these with wood, and I obviously can't put a block here. So the wall will be going here. Which is fine because this is just going to be a small lobby. It's not going to be anything significant. Now, on the other side, I've actually started digging out. I've made a room and some little cells. Now, these will be housing villagers. I'm just working on all the mechanics to keep them in, which is why I have lava on my hotbar, because if I want to get rid of any villagers, I can just open the trapdoor and they should, in theory, fall in and die. Also gets rid of this lava from back here that's otherwise in my way. Now, in theory, if I remove all of these lecterns and put them into the trading hall, when one of these villagers assigns that lectern to themselves, they'll then go stand at it, and then I can seal them in their little pen. In theory. I should have brought my axe. Axe. Oh, much better. I've come all the way back to the storage area for flower pots, which is not something that I often have to find. And yes, I'm using sticks to smelt the clay, because we have plenty of sticks, and when the witch spawns come back, we'll have even more. I think I need one more brick and that should do me. Ah. Now, I'll show you what I need them for. Now, at certain times of day, the villagers should wander to their lectern, and at that point, I can then pull the lever and they get trapped in. Behind each of the stations, there's a flower pot, and above their head is a piston. So, just place these ones here. It's always a nice bonus when you're working on a project, like that room over there, that you have a spawner nearby, which means that we acquire string in the background. Now, the room looks a lot tidier with stone brick throughout. And yes, it would be nice to add some details to these walls, but that's a project that I'm going to leave for another day. This room is now functioning, and the villagers stay at their lecterns, so the signs above their lecterns can then say what they do that's useful. And I managed to repair my pick a little bit occasionally when they reset while working on the room. Although it has taken a little bit of a beating, so I might go stand at the skeleton spawner. Although I could leave the repair of this pick to another day, seeing as I have spare silk touch pickaxes. Babyface or gentle gemma, we'll go with that one. And I'll fix that another time. I'll probably fix it when AFK fishing. Oh, and I do have Silky Susan in my essential chest. As you saw earlier in the video, Hushbug has made a lot of progress in this area, and in fact she's made even more progress since I was last here. This floor wasn't finished, and yeah, that makes a world of difference. Now, when building this room, I pointed out that having the aquarium on that side and nothing on that side makes it a little bit unbalanced, and also messes with the pattern slightly. So what I'm going to be doing is building the second aquarium here, which is going to house guardians, I think, and then we're going to have some dolphins in with Scuba Steve, who still is in a boat, but I figured he's probably best moved in after we get dolphins. Shh, be quiet, Steve. Now, what I'm about to show you took me longer than I would like to admit, but I've dug out a hole. And now I realise that this is going to take me a lot longer than I initially thought it would. Because not only do I need to fill in the walls with black concrete, replace the floor with gravel, put water in here, a glass window, and decorate it. Oh, and then of course put guardians in here, which is something that I can't do yet because mobs are currently turned off. But hopefully in the next few days they should be turned back on when 1.14.2 comes out. Hopefully. Things are looking a lot more complete in here. However, I've noticed that all of these blocks along here have got this kind of funky water stuff, which I think means that there's not solid blocks in the corner. So if I go over here, yeah, it's on this edge here. So in theory, if I place these along here and then go underneath, those should look better. Oh, they do. I just missed those ones. Which will be that one there. Much better. Now this tank is going to be home to guardians, which we won't be able to do anytime soon. However, I will ask Hushbug to put the coral in place, and then I can start working on putting some fishies in the aquarium on the other side. And yes, there's been a few more changes done around here while I've been working on that tank, and I've been offline the last couple of days, so Hushbug's been busy. Now this tank is ready to receive some fish, although the first thing I want to do is put the dolphin in, which is not a fish. However, if I remember correctly, they need an air pocket so that they can go to it and breathe, which we don't currently have. So what I'm going to do is move this middle part of the ceiling up a few blocks, have a couple blocks of water, and then an air pocket at the top of that. So then it will be out of sight for most people viewing from the glass. I hope Hushbug's going to be okay with it, but she doesn't have much choice if she wants a dolphin in here, which I'm certain she will do, because who doesn't love dolphins? I will just have to get on with it and then beg for forgiveness later. I have the building inspector on call with me, and she just came over and had a look at this and wasn't too impressed by the colour of the black concrete. I did try and explain that it won't look like that once I place these in. Oh, I haven't got any like that. That'll work. Ah, they're melting all on their own. I'll help though. See, looks much better. Now, I was planning on putting coal ore on this wall so that from where Hushbug is, you wouldn't see any of this odd mix of stone. However, when I asked her whether this was high enough that she couldn't see any of the stone, or whether I needed to bring it up any more, she said, I can't see anything above the waterline anyway. Which I was a bit surprised about, because I wasn't expecting that. And then came down here and went, oh yeah, you really can't tell what blocks are there. So I'm going to save myself some time and effort and just leave it au natural. So it saves me using so much coal. There. Now the next thing is to get a dolphin in, which I haven't explained to Hushbug how I'm going to do it, and I think she's going to be pleasantly surprised. Although we want to make sure these are closed first. Basically, the ocean is above our heads. So, if I dig out a tall chimney. A chute, I should say. I'll just put some signs at the top so the water doesn't flow down. If I grab a dolphin with a lead, I can bring it down here. Hushbug kindly brought me these signs, so now all I have to do is block off the water, which should be... Although it would be a good idea if I do it from above the drop. Then I can go find myself a dolphin. I best get myself a lead first. I found one. It makes it quite easy if I put hitboxes on and the chunks aren't loading particularly well because the entities load first. Now we should be over... There's another dolphin. 2 dolphins? This seems sensible. This is much easier than I anticipated. I shouldn't have said that because we haven't got there yet. I believe it's over here. Am I in the wrong corner? Oh no, there we are. Well, that's one. Can I have my lead back? Right, now I just need to go grab that other one that obviously got caught on a ledge. There he is. Ooh, blimey. He's fast. Or there's a problem. Maybe I should relog. I relogged and oh, there he is. He's still darting around really quickly. When showing Hushbug the dolphins, she asked me if I'd named them. Something that I hadn't thought to do because I don't think they despawn if they're not named. But I think it would be a nice idea to name them. And so I told her to help herself to name tags, which she has done, and use the anvil. So I'm curious what name she comes up with. But I have volunteered to do the naming for her. The dolphins are no longer in here, and I have a worrying feeling that the darting around was that they're drowning, which doesn't make any sense to me because I gave them this pocket up here so that they could breathe. And most of this bit over here is 3 high, which I would have thought was tall enough. I'm going to be spending a little bit of time online trying to figure this out now. Now, all I did was dig out the rest of this to be 3 high, and this new dolphin has grabbed air a few times and even did some jumping. Which I'm hoping means that he's going to last. And if he lasts, I will go out and find another one. I'm still very confused because although this is now 3 high over here, all of this section was 3 high anyway. We're just both watching him just to see what he does. Yep, is this him going up for air? Yep. No idea why this dolphin is different, just because we made this area slightly taller. I think we need to leave him be and pick some fishes, which these shulkers over here should be full of. Not that shulker, not that one. Yeah. Let's pick some fish. Sadly, that new dolphin also died, and I'm at a loss as to what to do. So, any help would be greatly appreciated. If you could leave something in the comment section to let me know what I've done wrong. Until then, we're going to have just these fish. And strangely, the ones that I picked out are all together, and the ones that Hushbug picked out are all together. And they're not mingling. I do really like that one. We're now at spawn, somewhere that is probably very familiar to anyone who's watching who plays on the server. Now, at spawn we have a number of villagers that offer trades for aesthetic items. Now, in order to get these aesthetic items, we use vote cookies, which is something we get when we vote for the server on server lists. This helps to bring other people to the server. Now, Marco is a brand new one and he has limited edition trades. So, I want at least one of each of these, please. Now that I have my limited edition swag, I think we should end the episode here. Likes on the video make a huge amount of difference and help to get my video in other people's suggested video sections. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, or share my video with a friend. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye now.